Welcome back to the Navy Sports Magazine. We're presented by the Navy Federal Credit Union. Navy women's rugby in the spotlight this week as they will be at the Prosmac Rugby Center taking on the Black Knights of Army in a rather large contest coming up this weekend. As we are pleased to be joined by Meagan Alvarez. For you and your teammates, basically the marquee kind of says it all this week, does it not? With an opportunity to compete with Army here at home coming up on the weekend?
Oh, of course. Our team is so hyped. We've been practicing all year. This is what we talk about. Every game is a practice for Army. It's not just a game in Naira or a game that our coach scheduled. It's a game like practicing for Army and getting ready to beat them. And we're really excited to have them at home this year.
The fact you guys at one point had a 3-game winning streak rolling, you run into two very good opponents, obviously, in Sacred Heart and Harvard. How do you bounce back from those matches to get ready for this one that obviously carries so much weight within the brigade and obviously coming up this weekend?
I think Coach Murph knew exactly what he was doing, and he was going to put us against two like hard competitions, games that we were kind of like set almost to lose, but we were kind of in the mindset getting ready that these teams are better than Army. So if we're competing well against them and we're putting up a fight, when we get up against Army, we're going to be so used to playing these really hard hitting teams that Army's going to seem like a breeze. But I think that as a team, we've all like, even though we've lost, the energy coming back on the bus, the energy like after the game or even during has never been like plummeted. We kind of knew that like we know that we're not the best teams. Like Navy can't compete sometimes with like Sacred Heart and Harvard, just like Navy football playing in SEC school. But we know that with the competition that we have and everything we've been practicing, that Army's going to be great once we get there.
I was going to say, I mean, for you all, the fact that, there are plenty of positives to look at, with this team so year. Where do you guys think you've made maybe your biggest improvements as a program heading into a match like this against Army this weekend?
I think definitely in our consistency of playing with each other this year. Like we're a young team, obviously. I think about like 6 or 7 or maybe more of our starters are youngsters, like sophomores, and we have a couple freshmen in the rotation. And last year, most of us didn't even play against Army. So I think this year, what we've grown so much this season is being consistent in the girls that are playing. And now we've grown like a bond with each other and getting used to how we play. So I think our cohesiveness as a team and like each individual player trusting each other has like we've jumped leaps and bounds from the beginning of the season.
I was going to say, continuity, chemistry, all those things matter. As a team going into this match, in your mind, what are the important things for you all to execute to give yourselves a great chance to win this weekend?
I think we have to execute everything that we've practiced. I think we've gotten really good at our like defensive and offensive plays. A big thing for us this year is going to be coming off the line on defense. Like we're all folding, we're getting ready to set, and just like jumping off that line and sprinting straight into the tackle and just being like a threat to reckon with. I think we're really strong physically, and we just have to like take that jump off the line, and we've been practicing that, and I think we're ready to execute that in the game on Saturday.
I was going to say, you get so hyped up. There's so much excitement,
Mm-hmm.
for a matchup like this. I don't want to say how do you keep it like a normal match because that's probably not it either. But how do you keep things focused so during the course of the match you stay as level headed and even keel as you can to try and win this thing coming up this weekend?
I think a big thing is like the comfort and repetition. Like every play that we're gonna run, every like pass we're gonna make, we've made it a million times in practice. We made it a million times in other games. So I think getting in our head like, oh, this is just another pass, just another play, like just the repetition of stuff that we've done all year. And I think when you get in that comfort of the repetition, which I think is something that I love about rugby, like you get the ball, you hit a ruck, then you set up again. You get the ball, you hit a ruck, you set up again. And I think just that repetition is very like, at least for me, and I think most of the girls, is very calming because you're just focused on that one rep at a time, and that helps you like distance yourself from the opponent that's across from you.
What is it about rugby, just for you individually that, obviously, you compete, you love the compete factor, but, what is it about this sport that has allowed you all, especially with as many, new players this season that are contributing? What has it allowed you all to get better as this season has gone along?
I think it's honestly for all of us is the motivation of how much we love each other. Like the Naval Academy already like creates this like familial connection between everyone, but I think that we motivate each other like to get better for the person next to us, to get better at tackles. So when she gets tackled, we can hit back that girl that hit her 10 times harder. Or when you want to like go into a ruck, like doing those extra burpees, those extra reps and sets in practice so you can go and defend your teammate that's next to you. I think that's the biggest like motivation for all of us to get better and like to keep pushing every game when you're tired is just doing it for the girl that's next to you. Like our big phrase is with you. Like we say it all the time. Like when a girl's running, we say with you and we let her know like I've got your back. Like if she tackles you, I'm there to ruck for you. I'm there to clear her out. And I think that's like our biggest motivation day in and day out.
What's the key for you all to get a victory on Saturday?
I think our key is to keep our like level headed. I think we know that Army sometimes likes to get dirty and they do things that sometimes we don't agree with. And I think that if we like go down to their level and get upset and commit a bunch of penalties, like it's going to be a messy game. So I think if we revert to, like I said before, like the repetitions, like confident in what we've learned in practice, what we've done all year, what we've done against other opponents, if we just trust our own abilities and try and like stay focused, I think that we'll be able to win this match.
Meagan, great stuff. Appreciate you taking the time for us this weekend. And best of luck to you and your teammates as you go up against the Black Knights this weekend.
Thank you. I appreciate it.